Hey, 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 welcome to the BLN Live 15-minute interview. I'm Michael Fritz. I'm here today with Michelle Mintz. And before we hit the go live button, we got to catch up a little bit about what she does. And Michelle, I forgot to tell you, my wife and I have got four girls.
Oh,
They're outside the range that you work with. They're between 7 and 13, so we're past that, but we remember the times when they were itty bitty. And so we're going to get into that in a little bit. So, how are things going today?
oh, it's great. Thank you. I've already
Well,
helped a couple children bloom today, so it's been a great day.
wow. It seems like you just like did that in the next room. Like, yeah, let me just get on this call real quick. And
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, it
Well,
comes natural. It comes all the time. It's really fun.
that is cool. That is cool. Well, welcome to the interview. And real quick, I'd like to find out what it is that is the unique value prop for what you do. And we'll start the conversation off with that.
Great. So my name is Michelle Mintz. I'm the early development expert, and my company, Baby Blooming Moments, is the most unique company because there really isn't a company out there. My background is a speech and language therapist, and I specialized with children in the birth to five population. And I found my strategies are great, not just for children who are delayed, but for all babies who are birth to three. Those are the critical years for development of the brain that hasn't happened yet. And it all depends on their interactions and connections that they make with the world. And their world at first is their parents or grandparents. So Baby Blooming Moments was born, and it is very unique. It's not a mommy and me class. It's not a gym class. It's teaching and coaching strategies. So while you're already diapering, you're already feeding, you're already doing your daily routines, I come in and coach you with really unique strategies to enrich those moments so that diapering doesn't become the task of diapering, but it's actually a moment that you can enjoy with your baby or toddler and make that a growing, blooming moment as a connection between the baby and the grown up, as well as making a connection in the brain. So it's very unique. It's very needed right now with all the babies that were born during the pandemic lockdown. Okay. There are research studies, and they are on my website, babybloomingmoments.com, that show that they are behind in their developmental milestones. So I am here to bridge the gap. I coach virtually, so I can grab moments everywhere all the time and enrich them. And it is unique in itself that nobody's looking for me because you don't know I exist. So here I am. You need me and you don't even know it. Or some people with pandemic babies, they're COVID babies, they are lost. They don't know where to go. I'm here to help bridge that gap.
Goodness gracious, you have come at exactly the right time for that very reason. And my wife and I were not, I don't know, the closest that she's ever gotten, like she had a doula say, "Hey, have you ever thought about being a doula?" Like she was able to help catch and deliver her sister-in-law's baby not too long ago. And it was a pretty enriching experience too. But
That
it is incredibly like COVID really did do a number on kids. And we homeschool, but we know a lot of kids that are in public school, and it's like they're in the older age range, and it's like, what in the world? Like, just even that
but
level,
you
there's
hit
no.
you hit such a key point there that I need to
Yeah,
interrupt for a second, is that COVID and how it affected the world and children is really focused on what happened in elementary school, what happened in middle school, junior high, high school, what happened with the college students. Nobody really focused on what happened in that birth to three population. Nobody's really thinking about it. They're that
right,
lost population of what happened, because those skills are just as actually very important. Learning social skills, eye contact, attention. So, all of that early learning hasn't happened. And so now these children are going out in the world and they don't know how to be in the world. And the
right.
parents are very lost. So I just wanted to point out that COVID, like a lot of attention is to the older kids, and there's population that was lost. So
Yeah, I guess it's easy for some people to fall under the trap of thinking, they're fine. They'll
yeah.
they'll shake it off, and it's like, no, that The earlier you are, the closer you are to that birth, the more formative it is. So, well, good. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. What's a good, um, like a really notable success story, like that you can share about how this has worked out for people?
I have one going on right now, is that after just the first session, because some children, a lot of this is that they need just a different pathway to get to the information. And so it's in teaching or coaching the parent how to do that different pathway with the different strategies. So this one child I've just started working with, he's 2 years old, but he doesn't have very many words, and the words he has, he's just stuck right where at his level and where he is. And after the first session, then I came back the second session 2 days later, and mom's telling me he's already saying, like three more words, and he's playing with this toy in the different way that you showed me, which is, more engaging with me. So these they happen in the moment. You see what how the strategies work very quickly. It's not like you're waiting to see, something later. So the mother just can't wait for me to come each time. Is something, her child is just blooming before her eyes. She said he was stuck yeah, on this sign for more. Okay,
Hmm.
so he does this, but this is all he does. And so I've come in now and moved to and then the next, now it's more. I haven't even seen him for like, 4 times yet, so it's such a great joy for me, because I'm changing lives, to be honest, and the parents are so grateful. And so this is just one example that's happening right now in real
Beautiful,
time.
beautiful. I was just thinking back to, and again, not to pivot it toward like older kids and stuff, but the people that are in your lives when you're young. And I was thinking of teachers that I had in elementary school
Yeah,
outside the age range, but
yeah, yeah.
you never know until you look back and say, man, that person had an immense impact in my life. Thank
So
you.
true.
And you're doing that. So like people are going to be looking back and being like, Miss Michelle helped me talk gooder. And
uh,
now that I'm in my 20s, I can see the result of it and be like, man, if it hadn't been for her, I probably still would have been sitting going like this all the time in like
oh,
board
that's so
meetings and
sweet.
stuff like more what? Funding? People what?
Right.
Equipment?
I
Tell
know,
me,
right. That
you
right.
know?
That's exactly right. More what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
very sweet of you to say. And as you were saying that, I was these teachers were popping up in my head,
Yeah.
and so I'm sure people can definitely relate to that. And I didn't even see you going in the direction of where you did, where I was going to be that influential. So I missed that boat, but thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
okay. Hey, I'm all about, I'm a master of never letting anybody guess my next move. Pow! Got shooters everywhere.